lost in this maze, but I could love you forever if you'd meet my gaze. Don't fall in love with the man on stage. I'll be on in a minute, I'm just sharpening my blade. Don't fall for his flattering tune. He'll promise you the world until you drink that perfume. It's a highway, highway to the door. And a neon Medusa's got your heart. Sweet canyon lullabies. Don't look straight into its eyes. It's a highway, highway to the
Alright, we're here. We persist. So do the horrors, because the horrors are me. Welcome back. We're Pacific driving today. We did bolt gun yesterday. I hard-walled on the final mission, and so I'm taking a break. Because, fuck 'em. I don't want to deal with those fucking toads again. Toads are bullshit. Fuck 'em. So with that aside, yeah, we're Pacific driving. I have no idea how close we are to the end. I think we are getting close. So we'll see. I think I do need to do a little bit more. Exactly, because fuck 'em, that's why. Interesting. What is it? Interesting argument, Senator. But what's your sauce? My sauce is I made it the fuck up. So yeah, I think we're getting pretty close. I may need to do some grinding this session to like get some parts for tires, because my tires at the end of last session were at a state where they were like imploding. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to take off all the wheels. Because yeah, like look at this bit. Oh no, I can't put it in my backpack, but it's. I think it's not in a particularly good state. Anyway, we'll take off all the wheels. And then we'll see if we can drive our car that way. But yes, not much is happening in the life of Ando. Nothing especially urgent that I can think of. Hopefully more urgent things will happen in the future. Well, actually, more urgent things or more interesting things. I prefer less urgent things. Your boy is a turtle for a reason. I don't like me some urgency. Especially because it's winter. I only just had dinner. And dinner was like a handful of crackers because of the fact that I didn't want to eat dinner. Like, I had a decent-sized lunch. And in winter, I tend to eat less because it's winter and I just want to sleep. Because hibernation. I'm a reptile. I just want to sleep through this season, please. Why must I be compelled to labor? But then right before streaming, Body was like, "Hey Ando, maybe you should eat." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." But nothing complicated. Crackers. Nom, 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 nom. That and the fact that I've been kind of too lazy to fully do shopping this week. Because I thought I had, well, I have things that will last, but it's that annoying thing of time time to what's the word?
But am I not
Oh, Meme
turtle enough
Queen.
for the Turtle Club?
Thank you for getting Nautilus into the Turtle Club. Welcome in. How you doing? How are we? Yeah, it's good to see you. Where was I going with this? Yes, handful of crackers for dinner. Yeah, no, I'm in that awkward place where I have stuff to cook, but it's like, oh, this doesn't expire until like the end of the week, so maybe I should not eat it right now, because then I'm wasting the potential extra days I could get out of it, but there's no alternative. But my brain doesn't work that way. My brain goes, no, it is not time yet, therefore we must not cook it. Welcome to the smooth turtle brain. Being blocked from this limb-related space stuff. Okay. I still have no idea what any of this stuff is. I mean, yeah, basically that's it, Mike. That's basically it. It does not expire today, therefore it can't, well, I wouldn't even say expire, because, like, most things the best before is more of a cautionary than an actual. Because I've had plenty of stuff, whoops, that was the wrong button. I've had plenty of stuff that was, used by, in like 3 days or whatever, and was like, shit well before then. Oh, there's so much crap. I had some tires somewhere. Yes, how you doing, Meme Queen? Is there anything interesting in your life? Because there isn't an Nando's right now. Yeah, that's fair. Holidays, lovely. I've only recently gotten back into positive holiday time. Yes. Yes. As I said, I am, what? I've said this before, but I don't think it's been for a while. I'm a bit detached from the whole when school holidays is a thing, because I don't have kids and I don't work in teaching. It should have clicked because my nephew is currently on school holidays, so he's coming to visit, like, next week sort of thing. But it's just one of those things that just, it doesn't click. I kind of just go like, when is school holidays again? And I'll talk to people at work who have like kids and they'll be like, now, Ando, it's now. I'll be like, all right. No, but here's the thing, Mike. Where I live, traffic always sucks. So, well, it doesn't always suck, but in certain parts of town it always sucks. So it's kind of like, it doesn't matter if the kids are on holiday or not. It also doesn't help that, like, some of the choke points we have are due to school zones, and school zones don't stop applying on school holidays, I think. Can't remember. Either way, I drive like they still apply even during school holidays. Meme Queen, I wish you well in that quest. I keep looking at things in my life where I'm like, I could clean that up, but I don't have time to do it. Which is getting egregious because my pile of shame is like slowly taking over my living space. I shouldn't call it my pile of shame because I'm not ashamed of it, but it's one of those things where there is some stuff where I genuinely am like, I should clean this up and like find a better way to organize it. Oh, that's I need to build those shelves. No, again, sometimes it is a good thing. Like, sometimes it's one of those, I've done it before as well, where I go like, hey, I've got some time, I'll clean this up, and I'm not gonna lie, when you manage to do it, it's like so gratifying. Even if it's just organizing things where it's like, hey, everything is in a proper place now, and I can, you know, actually like access it and appreciate it, you know, in without having to kind of pick my way through the room, sort of thing. But so when I got back from Europe last year, I showed up and there was a package at my house, quite a large one, and it was a set of bookshelves my mum had gotten for me, because she was like, Ando, you're always complaining you don't have enough shelves, so here's some shelves. My mum doesn't actually sound like that, but I mean, like, I can't impersonate her voice, so that's just kind of like the fill-in. Anyway, but she got me some shelves, but she had no idea exactly. Thank you, Mama Turt. But she also was like, oh yeah, I ordered them from like Office Works or wherever, and I'm like, okay, but which ones did you order? Like, what are the dimensions on them? Like, are they tall shelves? Are they short shelves? I need to know so I can know where to put them. And she was like, I don't remember. I just ordered them, and then they showed up, and then I had them sent to your place. And I'm like, thanks, Mum. So those are sitting in my spare room where I've kind of put them away because I haven't had time to put them together. I really should. I'll make some time on the... Oh, fuck. I don't know if I'll have time on the weekend. Again, it's one of those things where I keep going, I'll make some time on the weekend, and then I don't have time on the weekend. Because it's one of those things where it's like, I need to put them together somewhere where I have space to put them together, and then I need to, like, get someone to help me move them to where they actually finally go. But I can't decide where they finally go because I don't know what the dimensions are. Because if they're low and wide, I can put them underneath my window. But if they're tall and narrow, I'm going to have to move stuff around in order to fit them. So it's just one of those, like, catch-22s of, like, in order to put the shelves together, I need to know their dimensions. But in order to know the dimensions, I need to put the shelves together. So yes, thanks, Mum. But also, would it kill you to take a note? Would it kill you to have recorded what they actually were? Maybe, Mike. I don't know. I mean, like, I did enjoy when people were doing the AI voices of what's his face from Morrowind. I'm blanking on his name now that I've said it. What's his face? The head of the Seventh House and the Tribe Unmourned. Dagoth Yeah. All the AI Dagoth memes were actually pretty good, particularly with the Dagoth explains the Skyrim races to you or whatever. Hey, Mike, don't be acting like an Noir in my chat, or I will cast you out to the desert. Yeah, sixth house of the Tribe Unmourned. Yes, I know. Anyway, so again, those were enjoyable, but again, like, is it? I'm torn because I'm kind of like, yeah, it's funny. So is that a non-objectionable use? But at the same time, technically, those voice extras should be paid. Again, AI is a huge problem. It's a conundrum, and I hate it. I hate conundrums. I hate having to think about things. Actually, yeah. So let's build off-road tires. Look at all these tires. And then we can go get suppliers to build puncture-proof tires. Yeah. Yeah, well, exactly. Again, characters versus actual humans, but then again, it's the same time, it's the same thing of the whole why the actors went on strike in Hollywood, because Hollywood were like, oh yeah, we're gonna clone your likenesses or whatever. Like, it's the same thing for a voice. You know, if a voice actor could potentially get work, but it's like, oh no, we're just gonna AI your voice for the rest of perpetuity. And again, I think there are non-objectionable uses to AI. It's more just a case of actually figuring out what they are. And again, like, in things like accounting, where it's just, hey, I've got a whole lot of numbers to deal with, can I get this AI to go through and just, you know, double check the numbers for me, stuff like that, I think is fine, because AI is great for data processing. I've said this before, and I will say it again, my biggest objection with the AI is I feel like we are in the, we're in the .com era. We're in the era where, because again, a lot of it's not even actually AI. We're in the .com era where they're just trying to swindle people by being like, it's AI, buy my product while the value on it is high, and before you figure out that actually it's valueless. Ooh, what's this? Mom sticker. Okay. I'm going to find out what that does. Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. The problem with the memes is sometimes it normalizes it. You do it in a meme and suddenly everyone's like, oh, it's fine because it was in a meme. But I've actually, have I talked about this before? I kind of hate meme culture sometimes. Like, I enjoy a good meme. I enjoy when people have, like, just a, you know, haha, it's a funny, good time. But I kind of hate it when people get so into a meme that it suddenly becomes like, oh, like, the meme, the meme, you know, it's the meme's so important. Yeah, exactly. And the example I was going to think of was, now, caution warning for folks listening about this, mild discussion of transphobia. Well, that's a factual statement, Hattie. Hattie is a Sigma. Hattie has proven that the truest, most powerful male form is a molten blob of flesh with a sock puppet on his hand. Like, that is the, like, peak performance. It cannot be argued against. But I remember a couple of years ago, Jesse Cox did a convention, and in the Q&A panel, someone did the whole "are traps gay" thing. They asked him a question. They were like, "Are traps gay?" And that person got kicked out of the convention. And there was a lot of people getting nuts online about it, being like, "Oh, you know, how could he do that? How could he throw out a fan? Like, you know, it was just a meme. It was just a meme. Like, you know, why didn't he just lean into the meme? Why didn't he just say the meme?" And it's like, dude, the guy's sitting at a televised. It was streamed. It was like a televised, convention Q&A with a board, like a thing behind him with like all of these sponsor names on it, like Nvidia and shit like that, like big companies, right? He's not gonna answer the whole question, "Are traps gay?" like, you know, live and televised, even if it is a meme, right? Like, that is brand death sentence, right? Like, again, it was never even a great meme in the first place, but it's like people being like, "Oh, why didn't he do the meme?" It's just like, bruh, like, of course he's not gonna fucking do the meme, like, you know, in that context, right? Yeah, exactly. It's, you know, it's like so many other things. It's like the whole, "Oh, it's just a meme" is not an excuse. Anyway, how you doing, Hattie? How is our favorite Sigma? That reminds me, I had things to diagnose. I have one diagnostic, and I cannot remember what it is. It's something like, is it my doors? Yeah, exactly. Like, I have a similar opinion, Hattie, in that, like, the terminology is different, but by the same token, I would not openly call a person in real life a trap, because I feel like, again, that's disrespectful to them as a person. Like, again, the concept is different, but the practice of respecting a person is not. Which, based opinion. This is the time when something is objectively based. Respecting people. What was it? Well, I wanted the schmooze. That's what I wanted. Where's my schmooze? There we go. Give me the schmooze. I don't know, maybe Ando is in that terminally online headspace at the moment. I've been on Twitter too much, but it's just one of those things of like, I see people and I'm just like, how hard is it to be fucking nice? It's not. Just be fucking polite. It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Yeah. See, I kind of disagree on that one a little bit, Mike. Well, I agree and I disagree. Well, complicated one. Ah. Nice, the TTS sock puppet. No, Mike, as because I'm live on Twitch, I cannot endorse that statement. I mean, like, when you think about it, Hattie, everything is goon as shit nowadays, right? Like, it's one of those things where it gets me weird when someone will literally post, like, a picture of like a feminine presenting person, right? Not even like egregiously feminine, just a like female identifying person on the internet, right? and someone will be like, cringe, porn addict, and it's like, what? It's like, women exist, you're a porn addict. It's like, sorry, what? Like, you know, like gooner and shit. It's, again, all the terms are overdone. I'm getting mad tonight. I'm stopping this. Exactly. I've caught the brain rot. Anyway, give me a minute. Let me. I need to decompress. Ando's gone on a rant and now he's mad. Ando, you old man, you need to take your blood pressure meds. You're yelling at the kids again. I need to also get all my supplies out. These damn kids with their damn fancy words. I don't know. Again, it's winter and Ando is grumpy by default. And then I've probably been spending too much time on the shit parts of the internet. Skibidi Riz, actually, explain to me the Ohio thing, right? Explain to me the Ohio thing. Because I don't get why that's a Zoomer thing. Like, I get Skibidi, I get Riz, I get Gout. Of all of those things, Riz actually makes sense. Because at least to my knowledge, Riz is short for charisma. So, like, that actually seems like a useful shorthand. But explain to me the Ohio thing, because I know people from Ohio. And Ohio is just, like, from what I understand, Ohio is just boring. Right? Okay, but explain to me why Ohio is the meme. Like, I understand why Florida is the meme, because Florida is, like, Florida man. You know? We have our equivalent in Australia, which is, like, North Queensland. Right? Explain to me how Ohio is the meme. Because my only knowledge of Ohio is, like, meth, basically. Yeah, exactly. Meme queen. Bob Catter is our I don't know, our Florida man, I guess. The funniest thing about Bob Catter, if you ever watch him do a press conference, the more excited he gets about something, the higher his voice gets. So if you ever talk, there's this thing he really likes, which is it's a bullshit idea. But it's this idea that if we dug a canal from the ocean into, like, the northern basin of, like, North Queensland and the Northern Territory, because it used to be an inland sea, it was like we could put water there and make it into, like, a big irrigation stock, like we have the water there and use that to irrigate. And he's always like, oh, we could make it the breadbasket of Australia, and his voice gets even higher, like, the more he talks about it. I mean, like, I know a little bit about Ohio. Again, I know it's endless corn. I know about the whole, the hell is real sign. I think it's on the way to Cincinnati. There's a sign that says hell is real, and then, like, the next sign behind it is, like, adult store next right, or whatever. But yeah, I know a couple of people from Ohio, but it seems to get the same rep. So I know people from Ohio. I also know some people from, who have family in Idaho, and I'll be honest, Idaho seems to get the same rep as Ohio, so...
But am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Ah, Castigator, welcome in. Thank you for being turtly enough for the Turtle Club. You are still. Your brother is in Ohio. Does he enjoy being in Ohio? Because again, I enjoy a good meme, but I don't, what's the word? I don't prejudice, I try not to prejudice myself against anywhere I haven't actually been. And if people are happy living there, by all means. Yeah, that's a dead end. Don't want to fucking go there. That's a dead end. Don't want to go there. That's a dead end. Why the fuck are they all dead ends? Jesus. Ohio's for lovers. Oh wait, that was the meme they did in Rick and Morty, wasn't it? They did the Ohio got taken over by Unity or whatever. Because they leaned into the whole Ohio is for lovers thing. Also, enjoy your lurk, Hattie. You're on a mission to extract your brother from Ohio. You're gonna Black Hawk down him. You're gonna send in the extraction chopper. But no, like I feel like the equivalent, the Ohio equivalent in Australia is probably South Australia. Maybe Tasmania, but even then, Tasmania at least seems like Like, Tasmania has Mona and stuff. Tasmania at least seems pretentious enough with, like, oh, we have art and things, whereas South Australia just seems to be like, it's South Australia. Yeah. Again, I've watched Rick and Morty, up to date. I will admit, because again, I play Warhammer. I'm pretty good at like channeling out chuds within a community. I'm pretty good at being like, hey, how about I ignore them, like condemn them for the stupid shit they're doing, but ignore them, because here's the thing about chuds in a fan base, right? Usually they latch onto one thing to the exception of all else, and are actually terrible at like being fans. So it's one of those things where there's usually a lot of stuff that I can enjoy in a franchise where I'm like, they don't actually like go deep enough to know the things I enjoy. So like, you know, for instance, Pickle Rick, they were like, oh yeah, Pickle Rick, and I'm like, cool, great, have Pickle Rick. I didn't think that joke was funny in the first place. You know, you can laugh about Pickle Rick all you want because I don't give a shit. As for the fact that Tasmania is trying, I know, Meme Queen, I know. I've been to Tasmania. I kind of enjoyed it. For context, I went when I was like 13, 14. So, and went with family, so kind of not really at liberty to enjoy things on my own, if that makes sense. So like, you know, when you're like 13 or 14, the Cascade Brewery isn't exactly that fascinating of a place to go. But I'm sure there are good places to go in because like, again, I like Canberra, right? My cousin fucking despises Canberra because she's like, there's nothing to do in Canberra, and I'm like, bullshit, there isn't. There's heaps to do in Canberra, like good shit too. Yeah, and again, that was the other thing I was going to say, Mike, is that there are a lot of episodes in the newer stuff that I do kind of go, eh. Like, I have found since about season 3, Rick and Morty has been very hit and miss for me. It's a bit of a coin toss. It's like, either the episode is good, or it is just, oh, Pickle Rick! And also getting too self-aware, where the show will be like, you thought we're gonna do this joke, but we're not. You know, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna reference the fact that you thought we were gonna do this job, but you're suckers because we're not. We're doing the different joke instead. You know, aren't we creative writers? Again, I like Canberra before I had family there. I have family there now. What do I need? Have I got everything? I think I have everything. Fuck it, we ball. I've been yapping for too long. I've been yapping for like 31 minutes. Fuck it, we ball. But yeah, again, I think also of the episodes that do hit, the writing has genuinely gotten better. Actually, that reminds me, I should watch season 2 of Blood of Zeus. I didn't like that show. I really wanted to like it because Castlevania was good. Also, if you want to feel old, the first season of Castlevania aired 7 years ago this month, which makes me feel so very, very old. Yukamase, welcome in. Enjoy your lurk, even though there is no lurk command. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so, what the where's the road? Yeah, so, I really liked Castlevania, so I thought I'd give Blood of Zeus a go. It tried, an attempt was made. The problem with it was that they kind of tried to make Zeus look like an okay guy, which is kind of hard to do when you know as much about Greek history as I do, because of the fact that Zeus is generally just a bit of a horn dog. But it's so funny them like trying to put Zeus in this position of like, you know, oh, I was just the father. I wanted to be there for you. I was there from a distance, but I couldn't be there for you because of, you know, the danger or whatever. And them positioning Hera as like unreasonably upset by this, but I watched the whole thing and was just like, go girl, fucking get his cheating ass. Like, she arguably goes a little bit too far in releasing the Titans, but by the same time I was just like, nah. Give Zeus what's coming to him, right? Get his ass. Yeah, I mean, she does a fair bit, and the other thing as well is that, like any sort of non-Abrahamic, like, mythology, it suffers from the fact that it has been interpreted through the lens across time of, like an Abrahamic interpretation, whether that be through, Arabic scholars or Christiano-Latin scholars. So sometimes things can get a bit weird or misinterpreted. A great example is the Edda, which is the like Norse poems about the various Norse pantheons. Exactly, Edda mentioned Mike will suddenly scrutinize me, but a lot of that got translated back in the like the Middle Ages by Christian monks, who then proceeded to like interpret it in a very I guess say Christian framework. So for instance, Loki in the original text is much more of an ambivalent trickster. Like he kind of just he's just a prank bro. He's just a prank bro. He just pranks folks, not necessarily with any malice, but he does it. Whereas the Christian interpretation will like, he is the devil. He is the deceiver. Which again is not actually accurate to his character, I guess you could say. So yeah, similar things happened with Greco-Roman mythology. A great example being, oh, what the hell is this? Why is it telling me that I can scan? Yeah, a great example of always being Hades. Hades is literally just the god of the underworld. He's not the god of death, that is Thanatos. But Hades frequently gets depicted as like a dick. He frequently gets presented as evil and like scheming against his brothers and like trying to take over the pantheon and stuff like that. And while in the original mythologies he definitely does have some beef with some of his siblings, he's nowhere near as like scheming, you know, I'm going to overthrow Zeus and become the real ruler of Olympus crap that they put in all the movies. So yeah, Zeus often gets depicted as far more noble than he was. Hades and others often get depicted as far more evil. The one that annoys me is Athena. Well, both Athena and Hera, because they're both considered to be like goddesses of like wisdom and stuff. But what do I need for this? I need a pry bar. They're often depicted as like goddesses of wisdom and knowledge and stuff like that. Amongst others, there's usual overlap. But they're also incredibly petty. I absolutely adore the story of Arachne, simply because of the fact that, like, yes, it's about hubris, because Arachne is like, I'm the best weaver in all of Greece, I can weave better than even the gods. And then, I can't remember, is it Athena or Hera? One of them hears about it and is like, oh bitch, who's the best weaver? And they have a weaving competition, and then Arachne wins. And then the god, being just mad about it, is like, cool, I'm just gonna turn you into a spider because I'm a petty bitch. Which I find absolutely hilarious. But yeah, season 1 of Blood of Zeus I wasn't a huge fan of. There's a fog. I feel like it could have been, I don't know, done better. But I'm hoping season 2 is good, because that's the thing, that studio, whose name I cannot remember, they do fight scenes really well. Like, Castlevania season 1 still has some phenomenal fight scenes. Like, the first fight scene with, what's his face, Alucard versus Victor. Oof. Every time I'm just like, oof. My favorite parts are still, anytime they get the whip out, right? Like, whips are not particularly practical weapons as weapons, but in Castlevania they make them look good. Particularly when Victor does the whole, like, sliding his hand along it to change the trajectory. Every time I see that, I'm just like, oof. Please give me more. What's in here? Nothing. Where's my car? Okay, I'm pretty sure, yes, I have more stack. Very good. And once again, Ando has reached the end of his train of thought. I need to get better at having follow-on trains of thought. I'm as bad as Sydney Rail. There will be no follow-on train. Man, I will say I never really got into the zeitgeist of Fat Pizza, but they did have one joke that always makes me laugh, which is the Sydney train announcement one, the dung dung dung, the next train to arrive at platform 1. Actually, no, it's not that one. It's the dung dung dung. Next train, Bankstown, and it's the like just terrible microphone quality that they used to have at Sydney train stations. It's mostly been improved, but it used to be back in the day of, like, the only word you would catch would be Bankstown. You'd be like, what the fuck did they even say? No, the other one was the old someone found the computer program they used to make the old announcements and made a bunch of joke ones, like, the next train will not stop. Mind the jump. That was actually one thing I had been looking into. So I know people have been using, like, AI TTS on Twitch. That was the one I had been considering, was getting the old City Rail voice, because it's changed now. It used to be a man's voice, but now it's a feminine voice. But back in the day, it used to be a very, like, stentorian Australian voice. It used to be, you know, the next train to arrive at platform 2 goes to Town Hall, followed by Museum. So I kind of wanted that, and I'm gonna see if I can still try and wing it maybe one time to be my TTS voice, because I think it'd be funny, even though only the Australians who've been to Sydney would get it. Oh, is that an automobile? I think it is. Get me some of that armored panels.
I don't know if you're listening.
Fuck you, Oppie. Why'd you spook me like that?
Me why I cared so much about the remnants. It's because I saw Alan the night of the accident, during the mass hallucination. Except I'm not sure it was a hallucination. We had a tradition when we were both working late. He'd swing by my lab for a coffee break at some ungodly hour. That night, he visited. We talked. The coffee burned my tongue. Nothing out of the ordinary. Seconds later, the gamma ray surge swept through the facility, and the roof caved in. I I looked for him in the aftermath. I couldn't find him anywhere because he hadn't been in my lab. He was ground zero at the accident site, miles away in the deep zone. But I saw him, touched him, smelled his cologne. He was there.
Impossibly there. More than a hallucination.
You never reported that?
Admit to Arda that I communed with my husband's ghost. When they were already looking for ways to push me out, not a chance. I gave them my technology and my home, but I'd be goddamned before I let
Anything destroy my professional credibility.
And this remnant?
It's my last chance to know if what I saw was true. If it came from the well, or if it was all in my head.
Why not both?
Things we spoke of. Things I couldn't have made up. Never mind. I know how it sounds.
Like you've seen a ghost.
See, I'm not really into ghost media, but if I were to do ghost media, that's a thing I do like. I like the idea of like scientific ghosts, right? Like, you know, ghosts where it's a measurable phenomenon. That's one of the reasons why I like Ghostbusters.
I can replicate Alan's suppression method.
Okay.
We'll stand some chance of halting the gamma ray burst from the well.
30 years later, my late husband still manages to impress. Figuring out how to keep you alive once the reaction gets going, however, that's harder. But I have an idea. Francis, I need your ear.
Go on.
We know that as soon as the car gets to the well, the trigger will be instant. Once this remnant expends its energy, gamma radiation will erupt from the well, and the driver will be at
Ground zero taking the worst of it.
But can we activate the gateway as soon as they make contact?
It's tricky. Too early, and we may interrupt whatever reaction process the remnant carries out. Too late.
Reguess.
Bad news for the
Reguess.
driver.
There's too many unknowns. Only the driver will know the right time to use it.
How can you be sure they'll live long enough to make that call?
The ARC device has been transmitting data every single second since it was installed. Every drop of fuel, every spark plug that car's lit, I have on record.
You've been running an experiment this entire time, with the driver as the guinea pig.
The mere act of being alive is the biggest experiment of all, dear.
Is that another one of Alan's sayings?
Thank you, Oppie.
That one's all mine. Driver, we've seen that car protect you this entire time. It's triggered a gateway in your time of need. It's ferried you back.
What you gonna do with all that gunk? All that gunk inside your trunk?
And bump in the road, so we can trust that it'll protect you long enough to get you away from whatever and wherever you end up.
Still sounds like a heavy dose of blind faith to me.
Could be. Oh, there's one last part to this, and it's waiting for you back at the auto shop.
Oh,
Take your time. Enjoy the view.
thank you for telling me this now that I've left the auto shop, Oppie. But yeah, as I was saying, like, I like the idea of scientific ghosts. It's one of the reasons why I think Ghostbusters is a great film. I love the setup of like, what do you do to deal with a ghost? You don't get an exorcist. You just get a bunch of schlubs with unregistered nuclear reactors strapped to their back. Where am I going? I'm going over this way. I love it to drive. Okay, what do we got here? We have a tower of some sort. Even the Ghostbusters we don't talk about, I don't know. I mean, that's basically for me all of them. I only really talk about the OG Ghostbusters because it was a film that was never meant to be a franchise. So the only ones I really talk about are like the OG Ghostbusters and to what I consider to be the only worthwhile sequel, which is the animated series Extreme Ghostbusters. Now, to be fair, Extreme Ghostbusters, my fondness for it may purely be nostalgia, because I grew up watching it, even though I do think it is genuinely actually a pretty good interpretation of a torch pass. Because they got the vibes right, and again, like, the characters are just flubby enough. Like, the four characters who wind up becoming the new Ghostbusters are all college students who were taking Egon's class for different reasons. One of them is genuinely, like, into the paranormal. One of them's there because he wanted an easy course credit. I think another one was there just because it, like, lined up with his timetable or something like that. But, like, it's a very, like, Ghostbusters thing of, like, there's the one person who genuinely is, like, interested in ghosts, and then the rest of them are kind of like, yeah, we're just here because we need the course credits. And then they get roped into being Ghostbusters, and they're like, well, it's a job that pays, and we're college students. It's one of the reasons why Eduardo, the guy who was literally just there for the easy course credits, is my favorite character. Especially his catchphrase of, hey, we're scientists, when he's definitely not a scientist. We're professionals. Be gone. Get off my car. Get off. You know what? Get the grinder. But yeah, like all of the subsequent Ghostbusters movies only exist because Hollywood is like, everything must be a franchise. Actually, I was thinking about that the other day. Here's a window into Ando's idle thoughts. Prepare to be bored. Where I reckon one of the things that's ruined modern films is wokeness. No, one of the things that's ruined modern films, in my opinion, is I think the genesis of it was Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. Even though I love Lord of the Rings, I think Peter Jackson did a phenomenal job with those films. But I think those two franchises prove two things. One is that clip it by all means. Again, like, do it, coward. It's one of those things where I'm clearly doing a bit. Ah, shit. Prepare to get electrocuted. Ow. I hate electrical shit. Where was I going with this? Yeah, no. I think like if you had told young Ando, right, when the first Harry Potter film came out that like they were gonna do 8 films, I would not have believed you, right? Because back when I was a wee lad, like, they did films that were franchises, that were trilogies and stuff, but book adaptations never seemed to be the full book series, right? Like the Black Cauldron, Disney's adaptation of one of the Prydwen books, again, wasn't the full thing. They did one part of it, and then it wasn't very successful. You know, there was the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings film, the animated one, where again they did like half of it roughly, because I remember, if memory serves, they finished that like during Helm's Deep, so that they did like half of the film, but they never, you know, finished the story. So back when I was a young lad, yeah, those franchises never, like big book adaptations never happened. Black Cauldron's a weird film. It got broken in editing a bit, for both good and bad reasons. Some people have blamed the edit on it, saying, oh, the edit ruined it. Other people have said no, like the film wouldn't have survived the edit, but the film wasn't good in the first place, if that makes sense. Like not even edit, like a good edit could have saved that film. But the thing with Black Cauldron is it's I think it's like book 3 of the Prydwen stories. It's not even like the start of the story. It's like right in the middle. Yeah, exactly. There are some different animated versions of Lord of the Rings, but they're not very good. And the thing is, like, when Peter Jackson was making Lord of the Rings, a lot of people didn't think it would work. Like Jonathan Rhys-Davies, who played Gimli, he said in interviews before that he originally wasn't going to take the part because he didn't believe they could make it, because he was like, people have always tried to make Lord of the Rings. It was one of those films that everyone thought, kind of like Dune. It was one of those films that people thought was like, oh, it'll never get done. You can never do it right. So Peter Jackson kind of proved that yes, you could do it right, and Harry Potter kind of proved that, like, yes, you could build a multi-film franchise, right? And I feel like if Harry Potter hadn't succeeded, we would not have gotten, like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe and, like, that whole obsession with everything must be a franchise. And I don't even think Harry Potter is particularly good. Like, as a film, when I was a kid, I was kind of blown away by it. And I mean Harry Potter in general, books and film. When I was a kid, I was blown away by it because of how close it was to the books in a lot of ways in terms of vibes. But I never thought that they were going to do the whole thing. And I'm not going to lie to you. Even as a kid and also in hindsight, I probably, there were other things I would have picked over Harry Potter. I was never a huge Potter fan. I know that's kind of a popular statement nowadays. It's a bit of a pick-me sort of thing, but I've told this story before, I think, but Small Ando was very cunning, and Small Ando could not actually read because he had convinced his teachers that he could read when he was actually just memorizing the words. And so the books that I actually learned to read on were the Del Toro Quest books. And then from there I moved on to a lot of other fantasy stuff like Tamora Pierce and Robin Hobb and stuff like that. So, while a lot of people are like, I like Harry Potter because it's the books I learned to read on. It's the books that I got passionate about reading from. Yeah, not me. It's why I never finished the series. I got up to book 4 and got bored. So yeah, if I could have gotten like Song of the Lioness Quartet instead of Harry Potter, I 100% would have taken those books. Give me that as a film instead. But yeah, I kind of feel like those films, Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, even though as films are pretty good in terms of like a filmic perspective, and Lord of the Rings is objectively, like, again, based filmography. Like, so much shit Peter Jackson did in that was very smart. I also think that, yeah, they are part of the reason why we're in the mess we're in. Also, again, the film industry is in such a baffling state. I'm really interested to see where it goes now that kind of like box office take isn't really becoming a thing. Like, I think Furiosa was not a bad film. I haven't seen it yet, but like from what I can tell and from what people have told me, it's not a bad film, and yet it was a box office bomb. Like, and box office bombs have never been, like, box office take has never been a good indicator of whether or not a film is good. Yes, give me that healing energy. But I just feel like it's something that they're gonna have to move away from. Oh yay, dumpster pearl. I don't know, I'd kind of like to see him go back to, like, traditional filmmaking without the wokeness. No, I would like to see them go back to kind of, like, more traditional filmmaking in the sense of, we were talking about films at work the other day, and someone mentioned Speed, the film with Keanu Reeves in it, and how Speed is, like, the plot of Speed is, there is a bomb on a bus, and the bus can't slow down, otherwise the bomb explodes. Oh, you kidding me? My wife is a brokey. I don't like that. Alright, let's just pull up stumps here real quick. I'm mad that my wife is a brokey. Oh. Nope. Let's just come around here and then I'll get out. But yeah, like the premise of Speed is not a complicated one, right? Premise of Speed is there is a bomb on the bus, they cannot slow down, or the bomb explodes, there is a bomb on the bus. Like, that is a very simple premise, executed well. And that's also why I think the Mad Max films actually generally go pretty hard, because it's, again, a simple premise of extended car chase, executed well. So just, yeah, give us more of that. You don't need an epic Marvel CGI battle if you just have a bomb on a bus. Eat the MRE. Is it still raining? I don't think it is. My wipers are brokey and I don't like that. Man, I didn't think I was this salty today. I didn't think I was this salty, but I've started streaming and it's all come out. Ando's, of all the flavors, Ando has chosen salt today. That's right, I have a flare gun I need to put away. That's right, I need to do the thing. I forgot to do the thing. I must remind myself to do the thing after stream tonight. Oh, yay, free scrapper. I've been doing that a little bit lately. I keep forgetting to do stuff. Just because of, again, winter and Ando's general absent-mindedness. I think part of it's also the fact that, and again, I know I try not to talk about work too much, but I think part of it's the fact that at my job currently, I'm on a project. It's not really a project, they've just given me something to do, but it's very, like, here's the scope of the project. It's some notes that, like, my boss has given me, and half the time I'll check in with people and they'll be like, oh no, those notes aren't actually right, those notes are, like, technically it's actually this, not that, and I'll be like, oh, okay. That makes my life easier / harder. I'm much used to working with a more concrete set of objectives than just, hey, figure it out. Also, new flame decals. Fuck yes. That's good, because that means that if I get parts damaged, I can replace my old flame decals. And I like that. I like being able to have flames on my car. Cool, we've got everything there. Let's go pick up some more energy juice. Let's go put that up there. Marker. How we doing for fuel? Fuel's doing okay. How we doing for battery? Doing good because we had some rain. Oh, my nose. Schnipper. Oh. Oh, damn it. I keep forgetting that back in this game is not brake. Yeah, let me swap some things around. Excellent, good. What? It's not what I wanted. And brake. Yeah, that's what I want. And then put limb. Okay, good. Interesting. When I go when I go inverted, something happens. You know what? Let's just hop out here. That's fine. That is totally fine. That's not going to be a problem at all. He hears a scraping distance in the background and knows that's his car. I'm getting irradiated. Love me them rotogens. Give it to me. Alright, let's go to the car. Let's go to the car. Under the seat. Under the seat. It is rolled down there. I cannot find it. Under the seat. Oh god, that, oh, what the? Alright, that's certainly a way to close the door. Gravity assisted, let's go. Alright, that storm's coming. We're gonna have to drive into it to go get this other orb. Orb. Love me some orb. Oh yeah, so I'll talk about this because I can. So I've just commissioned some art. I got lucky in that an artist I follow put up a thing being like, oh yeah, I got comm slots open, I need them filled by Monday. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll put in for some art. It's a group piece. Hopefully it will show up in the next couple of weeks. I'm very excited for when it does. Because I love me some art. I love it when people have the skills to make me look pretty. Where was I going with this statement? Oh yes, so I ordered some art. But they also mentioned in their comms note that they were like, oh, by the way, I also do Dakimakura designs. And I did joke with a friend about this where I was like, dare I get an Ando Dakimakura made? And the answer is no. I'm not getting one made this time. But maybe in the future, that will be a merch offering. I've already talked about before, I do want to get like one of those booba mouse pads made, but with the orbs instead of boobs. Like just have a pair of orbs on there. But I think is I didn't go for the Dakimakura this time because I wasn't sure if this particular artist did merch licensing, so I didn't want to be like, oh hey, by the way, this will be for, oh god, this is gonna hurt. Yeah, so I didn't want to be like, oh, by the way, this is for merch, if they didn't actually allow merch licensing, so. Because I'm always kind of keen to respect that sort of stuff, because it's a bit of a weird gray area, in the kind of the VTubing space, considering the fact that, and also I'm not referencing anything topical at the moment, but it's like the fact that, you know, we arguably owe our whole existence to artists. And that was one of the things I was very clear about with my artist when I was getting Ando, the original Ando, the one you see before you, done, where I was like, I'll have, like, I was kind of like, hey, I want this to be my character. Huh. Something just randomly fell over in my room, and I was like, huh? What's that? But yeah, my point was that, like, you know, I want this to be my character. You know, I'm gonna need to be able to put this on merch and other stuff, you know, get other art made of it, you know, as part of the whole process. So I had to make sure my artist was cool with that. Let's goop the shield. What else needs gooping? This door does. I'll let the back window remain open for now. Double broken. But yeah, the other one is I'm also waiting. There's another artist. I'm waiting for them to open up comms again, because they've done some really cool synthwave art, and I want to get the Ando living my best white girl life merch. Hang on a second. Jacket. Somehow it's gotten really warm in here, despite the fact that it is winter. Anyway. Come on, sun. Come up so my solar panel will work. But yeah, that's always my conundrum when it comes to art, is like waiting for people to open comms again. Because that was my original problem with getting rigging done, before I lucked out and was like, Liz, you do rigging, right? Please have mercy on me. Because the people I wanted to rig my my model originally just got booked solid. I know it's a skill you can pick up, like you can teach yourself to rig. This is one of those things where I don't really have the time for it, or the black belt with all the motivation, because I already have a bazillion other hobbies, including streaming. But the other one was also, I couldn't find any good guides to it. It's probably changed now. But when I first looked into it, there was a bunch of guides that were like in Chinese, and I mean like that literally, like in, you know, Mandarin or whatever. With subtitles, but I feel like they were doing rigging the hard way, in that, like, everyone I've seen rig since has just been using, like, essentially tools in Live 2D to, like, bend shapes and things like that. Whereas this person was like, okay, to make the eye blink, we are going to need to, like, copy the eye and redraw the eye. And I'm just like, I appreciate where you're coming from, but I am not talented enough to redraw the eye accurately and make it look right. So I feel like they may have been doing it the harder way. Should have checked what the hazards were for this section. Also, is there sufficient sun for my solar panel? I'm hoping so. I think there might be. Run. I don't know, I feel like if I'd known 15 years ago that Live 2D was going to be a thing, I think I probably would have put more effort into art. It is funny, I'm very often off the pulse with a lot of that sort of stuff. Like, I got lucky that I found indie VTubers, because, like, again, I got into VTubing via HoloLive and stuff. Which, again, when I first saw it, and also Kizuna Eye, but when I first saw it, I literally just thought was like, oh yeah, the technology for this is probably really expensive. It's the same with VR, like, VR has been around for a lot longer than people think, but, the VR that has been around was, like, ineffective and cripplingly expensive. Like, I remember 10 years ago at this point, I went to the open day at my university, and I didn't know what it, like, so this was a thing they did back in the day when I was in high school, where they'd be like, hey, school students, come to our open day, and we'll, like, you can go around a bunch of the different faculty and they'll like give you presentations on shit that they're doing, and you can find out if you actually want to study this or not. So I did a couple of things, one of which I actually wound up studying, which was history. The history presentation was really fucking boring. But the other one I did was like computer engineering or something like that, which I didn't actually study. And their presentation was actually kind of interesting because what they had was a VR thing. It wasn't a VR headset, but it was a they basically had a projector up with a game. I think it was an older version. I think it was like a modded older version of Morrowind, or something similar to that. But it was like a sword and sorcery sort of game. But they had like a little like thing you could stand in, and depending on where you put your feet in that, it would make you move. And they had a sword with an accelerometer in it that they were like, hey, if you hold this and swing it, it'll make the sword swing on the stream. So again, like very early VR stuff, but it was very janky, and it was very much a like, you know, we used our university department funding to make this, you know, this would not be affordable for the home consumer. Versus now when it's just like, cool, I can buy an Oculus Rift if I want to. I don't want to, but I could. So yeah, I guess I always kind of, for a long time, just assumed, you know, like VR, that's expensive, or like, again, mocap stuff for VTubing, that's expensive, whereas, I mean, of my VTubing setup, my model is probably the most, like, including rigging and everything, is probably the most expensive part. VTube Studio was like $30, and my webcam was like $50, I think. I can't remember. I might have gotten it on sale. I can't remember. And considering that there are free models that are in VTube Studio, you know, you could get started with those pretty easily. Like, it's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. Well, that part of it was. Getting the model was about as expensive as I thought it was going to be, but I was willing to pay that price. I've talked about this before, but one of the ways I motivate myself is I, like, hack my own brain. I buy something that's expensive because then I'm like, Ando, you paid for that. You should get your money's worth. It's why, like, a sensible recommendation for a lot of people streaming is, like, when you're starting out, is, like, don't spend all your money on a model if you don't know you want to stream. Whereas, I was pretty sure I wanted to stream, and it was, like, in order to motivate myself to keep streaming, I spent the money on the model as a, like, well, you gotta get that money's worth. Oh yes, more flame decals. My baby. Well, yeah, again, like, I think it has gotten a lot better. The mailman. I said I've had it. My supervisor told me to record all the pneumatic tube problems. Nobody cares about the tubes like I do. He's going into the tubes. He's become the tube man. But you know, like, again, you're right, Avatar. It has come a long way very quickly. But also I think that, again, like, it also, even from the start, was relative. Like, VTube Studio has been, from the start, relatively affordable. Like, it's a free program normally. Yes, you have to pay for the full use license, but if you just want to get it and fool around, like, if you just want to get it and be like, cool, I want to see what this whole VTubing thing's like before I actually commit, you know, it's a lot easier to do than a lot of other hobbies. You know, you can toe dip before you actually commit. That was actually my big thing. So, like, it still happens every now and again, but, like, I remember in the early years of VTubing, like 2020, 2021, there was a lot of like clickbait that I would see, which would be like, is this the end of VTubing? Is VTubing over now? And I'm like, no, it's not. Of course it's not. Don't be stupid. But I genuinely did believe that the end of well, not the end of VTubing, but I was like, in my head, I was like, the only thing that I thought would have killed VTube Studio would have been if like Adobe or someone had bought it and been like, cool, by agreeing to use VTube Studio, you agree that we, Adobe, own all of your models, and like, you know, like by using VTube Studio, you agree that we, Adobe, own the rights to the character of Takame Ando, or, you know, little guy big heart, or whatever your streaming name is. Because again, like even a licensing thing, if they were like, hey, because it can live 2D does the license thing where it's you have to pay a license in order to keep using the software. That I don't hugely mind. I mean, licenses aren't great, but it is what it is. But if it had been something like that, where it's like, in order to use this program, we're doing a Facebook, like any assets you put in live 2D we own, I think that would have killed VTubing, at least early on. Now it's gotten to a point where there are alternatives, like you can use things other than live 2D. There's and VTube Studio. There's like what, VC Face and like VBridger and stuff like that. There are alternatives. But I feel like if it had gotten, if the wrong corpos had gotten their fingers into things early enough, I feel like it could have killed the scene. But it didn't, and we're here. Well, exactly, like you can hide the watermark in free VTube Studio. But my point was the fact that, like, again, you can get it for free, and you can also pay for it. Like, I paid for it because I had to. Well, that, and because I feel like sometimes there are things I know a lot of people say the optimal price for anything is free. I disagree. I am the sort of person who is happy to pay for something if I feel like there is value in it. And if anything, I thought I was getting a good bargain for VTube Studio, considering how much I've actually used it. But I had to pay for it because I was using a webcam, and in VTube Studio, a webcam it's actually DLC. It's like an extra, I think, like $2 or something. It's part of the NVIDIA tracking stuff, which I have to use. Which again, have to use because I'm using a webcam. So paying for it actually wound up cheaper for me, because otherwise it was like I'd have to pay for an iPhone, and I don't even want to buy a cheap reconditioned iPhone off eBay. I think I got it, if memory serves, I got it free, played around with it for a bit, then bought it. Like, it was, and by played around, it was not a particularly long. Actually, no, I didn't. I did buy it because I already had the webcam. I got it, installed it for free, then went, oh crap, I need to pay for it to get the webcam. Then I got the webcam working. Because I'd always planned to stream with a webcam from the outset. There was never any doubt in my mind that I was going to use a webcam, because again, I didn't want to get a phone to use the phone as a camera. Especially because Australia gets quite warm, and a lot of streamers a lot of streamers I watch, and also a couple that I've worked with, have had the problem of midstream phone has died, like phone has overheated, my tracking is now dead. And I didn't want to have to deal with that bullshit. Alright, let's go and power up our car. there's distortion and radiation and shit. Of course there is. I don't know. I think it might be a climate thing, because there are people who I've followed who don't have like coolers and stuff on their phone. They literally just have a stand with a built-in charger to keep it charged while they're streaming. But I feel like, yeah, here in Australia, I would have needed a cooler or something. And again, just seems like way too much effort. Whereas webcam gets the job done. The other thing as well is that the only thing you really need an iPhone for is the eye tracking. And I don't feel like my eyes are expressive enough in the first place to justify it. Like, some people I know get value out of it. Like, I think Sin gets some really good, like, expressions from time to time where she'll be like, but obviously I can't match that because I don't have a phone. But I feel like I would not, even just with my natural face, do that. I'm actually kind of surprised that no one, and again, I know that Apple, all their eye tracking stuff is copyrighted and all that sort of shit, but I'm kind of surprised that no one's done a thing where they're like, here's the VTubing thing we've built. It's an iPhone without the phone. Like, we've ripped the camera out of a used iPhone and built it into a little jerry-rigged like webcam sort of thing. I'm again really surprised no one's actually done that. To be fair, good tech solutions can be hard to find, though. I remember when I was starting out, before I realized, hey, I can just run my games at a smaller resolution, which will let me see chat. I was like, how can I see chat while I'm streaming? Because I only have one monitor. And one of the things I was thinking about getting was like a cheap tablet, or a like a cheap like a little LCD screen that I could just sit at the bottom of my monitor and run chat on. And I looked at a bunch on eBay, but all the reviews were terrible. All the reviews were like, these little LCD monitors are the fucking worst. Like, they just randomly break. Their reliability's ass. And I was like, oh, okay, well, looks like I won't be getting one of those then. I mean, possibly. My big gripe, if anything, is just the fact that, like, I don't need the rest of the phone. I literally just need the camera. So for me, even if the OS doesn't handle calls or anything like that, it's still kind of like a, hey, I have all this hardware here that can handle calls that I don't need. Like, just give me some, just the camera. That's all I need. The camera and like the chips that control the tracking software or whatever. Nom. But again, even then, it doesn't really hold that much value to me, because I'm just a little fella. And again, like, webcam works just fine. I mean, here's the thing though as well. You could actually start VTubing without a webcam, because and I don't know like how common people set this up, but I have it set up in VTube Studio where there's the phonetics you can set up, so you link your microphone to VTube Studio, and instead of tracking your face, well, in addition to tracking your face movements, it moves the mouth on the model based on your plosives. It's optimized for Japanese phonetics, so, which is more or less the same as Western phonetics anyways, A, E, I, O, U sort of thing. Yeah, so if my tracking is turned off, actually, I can demo it. Give me a hot second. I will show this off. And you can see the weirdness of Ando having to turn his tracking back on. Hang on, pause. I go to VTube Studio. Alright, I go into tracking. I turn tracking off. Now, if I move, like if I talk, you can see my mouth is moving. It's not moving a lot, but it's moving. Yeah, that's it, Avatar, the lip sync mode. So in theory, you could actually start VTubing without camera tracking. You just have to put up with the fact that you'd be constantly stuck in one pose with you'd be essentially close to a PNG tuber. So if you'll excuse me while I just turn my brain back on. Are we back? Oh, let me calibrate. Ando's giving you them bedroom eyes again. Hang on. There we go. Ah, no, it's done the thing again. It does this sometimes when I calibrate. It doesn't recognize that I blink, so Ando suddenly becomes very starey. Let me... Okay, good. We blinking. We blinking. We back. We blinking. Yeah, I need to check. I don't know if I have the advanced lip sync set up or not. I have some lip syncing. Because like with a lot of stuff, VTube Studio has like multiple levels of things you can do. And some of the more advanced ones I've kind of been too lazy to fully set up because, again, sometimes they don't necessarily have value for me. Because I know there's a thing you can do with mouse tracking with it. You can adjust the amount of tracking your mouse does. But I haven't played around with that because there's no value in it for me. There's nothing I need to adjust that for. Oh, we are full of juice. We got hella juice. We have so much teleporty juice. Ah, electrickery. Ah, damn. We're glitching. We're glitching. Good morning. Whoop. Bonk. I'm very glad that didn't throw me into, like, anything too bad. Where's the orb? Ah, there's the orb. It's hiding from me. Ah, yeah, that's one thing that I haven't bothered putting in. I know you can do like gesture stuff. You can do like gesture gesture triggers for certain, like, so like I have everything set up on hotkeys. So like to do this, that's a hotkey. That's a hotkey. Maddie. So I know you can do like gestural stuff of like you move your hand and it'll change stuff. And I know some of my bug girls I follow have stuff where they have different like bug parts mapped to certain stuff. I think, is it Juniper who has her wings mapped to her eyebrows, so when she puts her eyebrows up, the wings open? Welcome in, Maddie. Welcome in, Sachi. Welcome in, everyone. How fucked is the run right now? Actually, not too bad. The run's been pretty good, Sachi. Let me do the shout out for the Maddie, even though I know what you're already playing, because guess who's in your chat and just got raided into his own stream? It was me. It was me all along, Austin. My whole family bought it. You're all suckers. Hey, Maddie, go. So how was Valhalla? How was it? I the last bit I remember was you were talking to some person who had been they were in like the White Knights or whatever and had been in like a bank vault or something, got trapped in a bank vault with people who were starving and someone got beaten to death for a candy bar or something. But yeah, welcome in. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Takama Ando. You can call me Ando for short. I am a terrible crab but an okay turtle. And we're playing Pacific Drive, which is, I like to call it Subnautica on land with a car.
We forgot Gibby.
Also, thank you for killing Gibby Paradoxica. He deserves it. Dun 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 dun.
Snake, are you
Dun,
okay?
dun, dun.
Snake? Snake?
Excellent, Snake. I kind of, someone I follow has been playing through the Metal Gear games, and I'm very tempted to do Metal Gear. But unfortunately, I'm too lazy. I'm too lazy to go back to Metal Gear 1 and 2, because Metal Gear 1 and 2 are hard. I don't know, I'd be tempted to do, like, Metal Gear Peace Walker or something. But yeah, how is the Valhalla? But yeah, we're playing Pacific Drive, and we're going pretty good. We're gonna go up to here to B1, and then from B1 we're gonna go over to here. Because I'm trying to check out all this new stuff, but they're all dead ends. Like, so many dead ends, and I hate dead ends because you get stuck there and then you die. The NES Metal Gear. Again, I think she did. I think Nio did do Metal Gear, like the very first Metal Gear one. Because I watched a stream, she did like the very first ones that are like top-down 8-bit graphics. Like, she did those ones. Which I was impressed by, because again, a lot of that shit's really hard. Like, a lot of those old school games are really like, oh yeah, there's a secret way to beat this boss, but we're not going to tell you how to do it, you just have to figure out how to do it. Oh god, acid devours fuel. Alright, there's a stabilizer pylon, but we don't give a shit about that. Because the one I remember back in the day, I never played Metal Gear, but my friend did, and I remember like hanging out with him when he was playing Peace Walker or whatever. So I have memories of a lot of that sort of era of Metal Gear, like the PS2 era. So I'm very tempted, and I've heard good things about 5. Ah, the dramatic part. Okay. Lovely. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'd say I'd ask what the dramatic part was about, but I kind of don't want the spoilers. There's a wall. Arda is building the wall, and Mexico is gonna pay for it. Yeah, got around the wall. Ow, bonk. Oh, that's right, that's one of those trees. Stay the fuck away from me. If you try and grapple my car, I am going to hit you with the, Great, I'm gonna hit you with the limb pulse emitter. Thank you, Maddie. I'm so glad I made that a redeem. That's hands down one of my favorite redeems. Like, easily top 5. Like, I really like the flashbang, and to be fair, that's because I'm biased because I made the flashbang. I do enjoy Gibby dying. I do enjoy the I don't know what this is, but Jesus, that's a big sea turtle. Just because it's from that. Oh, get away, acid boys! Get the fuck away! Get the fuck away from my car! Get limb shielded. But yeah, Un's definitely up there. It makes me smile every time. Ooh, impact hammer. I need the impact hammer. Wonk. Ooh, pressure cartridge. Nice. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that my current objective is basically explore, like, the deep zone. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to explore the deep zone and hopefully not get too horribly murdered. Yup. Also the great... Oh shit, did I leave the limb shield on? I did. But it's okay, because I have a solar panel, so my solar panel was charging me whilst I was just using my limb shield. That's good. I left the iron on. Yeah, thank you for the raid, Maddie. It's always good to see the Maddie. Oh yeah, and for those of you who don't know, in our group chat earlier, Maddie was like surreptitiously, hey, now that Sin and Liz have finished Dawn Trail, are we going back to Monster Prom and or Monster Camp? So I don't know what the verdict is yet, but we may be doing that again in the near future, which should be fun. I was kind of saying, like, I don't really have any opinion on which one we do because my strike rate's going to be the same either way. Like, I'm 1 for 4 in Monster Camp success or Monster Prom success. Oh yeah, but you Maddie, you knew they were going to finish Dawn Trail. Like, you knew how it was going to go. How about Monster Deep Sea Fishing Crabbing Boat? That'll happen as well. The Dredge DLC comes out in like a week or two, so that's going to happen. I don't know how big the new Dredge DLC is. I'm hoping I'll get at least like 2 streams out of it, maybe, because I only really got 1 out of the last one. The Be gone, vile creatures. Oh. I love my solar panel. Well, that's what I was kind of saying to Sin. I was kind of saying, like, now that she's finished, what's she gonna do with her remaining, like, 3 weeks of holidays? Give me that sap. Oh. Get the fuck off. They always do this to me. Turn the shield on. Give me that sap. Give me that sap. Give me that. I need the vacuum for this, don't I? I don't actually know what Twisted Embers do. I've been collecting them with no real knowledge of what their actual use is. Let me just hop in here. Let me just drive forward for a little bit. Oh, it's raining. That's great, because I got a rain collector as well that turns rain into power. So just keep powering my shield, please. Exactly. We gotta drag Sin into things. Well, again, that's the other one I was thinking was Monhun, because Sin's the only one I haven't dragged in for Monhun. I've done Monhun with Liz. I've done Monhun offline with Maddie. Sin's the only one who I haven't, like, actually done a on-stream Monhun sesh with. So it needs to happen. That's right. It crafts the gear first, then the so yeah, I think that needs to happen at some point. The other one I'm looking into it at the moment is because I promised it as one of my SummerSlam rewards. But Deep Rock Galactic crowd control. So I'm looking at getting that set up at the moment. It doesn't seem too complicated. I've just got to do it and schedule it. And I never promised that I would do it with Sin and Liz, but again, I'll probably drag them into it anyway, because I can. They are my unwitting victims. Well, again, DRG is fun, but also looking at the crowd control stuff for it, I was like, this is basically just going to become Lethal Company Deep Rock Galactic. Where chat is going to murder us via Deep Rock Galactic. It actually, it's got some crazy stuff in there, but it wasn't too crazy. Like, some of the Lethal Company stuff where it's just like kill a player and things like that sometimes gets a bit onerous, where it's just like, oh great, I randomly died. Whereas the Deep Rock stuff is more like, make that player drunk. And like that I can vibe with. Oh. How disappointing. There was like the tiniest bit of fuel in there. Probably should check that first. Alright, let's just eat some food before I die. Yeah, free scrap metal. I can't remember. I think it was the other one I promised, King of the Castle. I can't remember if we actually got to that goal or not. I'll need to double check. It's probably in the VODs. But yeah, I need to set up some things so that we can have some fun interactive times. Oh boy, more sap. Actually, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but I'm a big advocate of the Alan Moore school of reading things. Now, to be fair, I think Alan Moore is a bit of a weirdo about some things, but there's one quote that he has that kind of sticks with me, where he's basically like, read stuff that's bad, read stuff that is garbage, because you'll at least get a picture of what you don't like. You know, if you read media that you're like, hey, like, I liked this idea, but it was a really bad way of executing it, you get a better appreciation of like the things you want to make, which I thought was an interesting take on it. And there's a book series I started reading during lockdown, during COVID, because I needed books and I couldn't like go out to get them, so I was ordering books online. And I found this book series via a Google ad or whatever. It's called Armored Warrior Panzerta. It's written by a guy who's in the US National Guard, and it is very Ando coded. Because basically this dude, again, trained member of the US military, but he's like, I like weeb shit, I like mechs, so I'm going to write a book series about mechs as informed by my knowledge of being a soldier. So it is very much like, again, anime weeb shit, but in my opinion it's somewhat creatively done. But the books, particularly the early ones, where I'm pretty sure he didn't have an editor, because in like from about the third book onwards he starts actually being like, and thanks to my editor such and such, which he didn't do in the first couple. And they're all self-published via Amazon, so I'm pretty sure that, like, again, for the first couple he didn't have an editor. But again, it's one of those things where, like, the books are not well written, but there are some interesting ideas in there where you go, huh, like, that's an interesting take on things. You know, that would be cool if it was better executed. And the one I got a laugh out of, because it took me until about book 4 to realize that there was a character who was constantly drinking a brand of soda called Highland Sap. Like, it had constantly described the fact that this guy would just pull cans of Highland Sap out of nowhere. Like, he'd just have one in, like, his fatigue pockets or whatever, and you just pull one out and, like, crack open a fresh can of Highland Sap. And it took me till about book 4 or 5 to realize that Highland Sap was just a synonym for Mountain Dew. He was like, I can't use Mountain Dew, so, like, what are synonyms? Highland, Mountain, Dew, Sap, done. And when I realized that, I got so fucking mad. I was just like, how dare he? How dare he make this Mountain Dew and it take me 5 books to realize it was Mountain Dew? Well, yeah, no, exactly. And again, like it's very Ando coded in the sense that like there's a lot of stuff he takes very directly from mecha series like Gundam. So like a great example is there's a colony drop, right? One of the infamous moments from the OG Mobile Suit Gundam series is when Xeon launched Operation British, where they drop a colony. They originally planned to drop it on the main Earth Forces base, which is based in, I believe, no, it's not Los Angeles because they captured that one. I'm trying to remember where the main base is, but anyway, they try and drop a colony on it. The Earth Forces are semi-successful in stopping it, in that they they stop it from landing on its intended target, but it instead winds up landing on Sydney. Oh, again, I know, I 100% know the author was giggling about it. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there where I'm like, hey, that's very Gundam coded. And there's some other ideas that he does that's really cool. So, a big plot point in the first book, was the Union forces develop laser technology, and so their new mechs that they're attacking with have lasers, and lasers are really dangerous because they basically just punch through any armor that the Tharsians have, and it's like a line of sight weapon. If you can see with it, you can shoot with it, sort of thing. So they have insanely long range. You know, during daylight you can't see them; they're invisible. They're only visible at night. So, you know, during the daytime, if you get shot with one, the first thing you know about it is usually like the mech next to you exploding. But they do this thing where, like, in order to deal with the problem, they strap bags of snow to their vehicles, because they realize that the lasers in fog or rain or water, they get distorted and don't work. So what happens is they put snow on all their stuff, and when the laser hits it, it flashes into steam and disrupts the beam. And I was like, okay, that's cool, because that's the sort of shit that, like, real militaries do, where they figure out, like, hey, like, putting chain link fence on the side of my tank stops, like, RPG rockets or whatever. What is going on? Oh, a storm, that's what's going on. Oh. Be gone. So again, like, there's some cool ideas in there, but there's also a lot of stuff that he writes really poorly. All the politics is abysmal. There are so many abandoned plot lines. To be fair, though, a lot of people do that. Like, a car, what are you doing? You know what? Turn off, go to sleep. I was gonna say, George R.R. Martin, he is notorious for abandoning plot lines. I remember reading the Game of Thrones books and being like, what happened to this character? Why is this no longer a thing? Oost. Hang on. I need more food. But yeah, actually, I need more books. I haven't had much time to read lately. And I do actually enjoy reading. I enjoy reading a lot. I'm just bad at reading aloud. Otherwise, I don't know, maybe I'd do a book club on stream or something. Because I think Vivi might have done a couple. I know she did one. She did Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone as like a book club. But the reason she did that one was because of the fact that it was like, she had a bunch of people where it was like, I have one person who hasn't read it, I have one person who hasn't read it in years, and I have one person who only recently read it, or something like that. Like, it was a... a cross-section of multiple opinions. Yes, there we go, the orb. Yeah, I do okay reading on our stream at on Monster Prom. I think Monster Prom works because of the fact that the how do I put this? There is dialogue in games that is designed to be read, and there is dialogue in games that is designed to be done by a voice actor, if that makes sense. And I know Monster Prom does have voice acting, but the dialogue is still written in a way that is designed to be read, and that stuff is much easier to read out versus some of the stuff in this, like in like Pacific Drive, there's a lot of those lore snippets. Those things are not good for reading. The other problem I have sometimes is that sometimes my brain reads faster than my mouth can speak. So again, it works, like Monster Prom works well because I have a character to work with. It is much easier to do dialogue in a character voice. Like when I'm voicing, ah, shit. When I'm voicing Damien, I have a cadence. I'm like, I know how Damien should sound. Alright, fix that before my engine explodes. Dink, dink. I will say, like, again, Monster Prom's been good. How do I put this? Monster Prom has been good. Monster Prom is also hard. As you might have realized, your boy ain't always good at dating games. I find dating games a bit, I don't know, weird. The big one I struggle with, even with Monster Prom, is I find very few of the characters are characters I actually would want to date. Like some of them seem okay. Like I would be, like I would probably be at best maybe friends with someone like Polly or Miranda or Zoe. But none of them are like, hey, this is romance material. I go after Vera because she is hot snake waifu, but in real life we most definitely would not get along. I don't know, we might get along, but like she's that Sigma grind set, and Ando is very much non-ambitious. So again, it's one of those things where, and also Ando is very much straight, so like getting in that headspace of romancing a male presenting character is a bit weird for me. It's not bad, but it's still one of those things of like, you know, if I think about Damien or Liam or someone like that, it's like, would I be friends with them? Probably, but would I be willing to date them? No, because they're guys. It's like I can 100% empathize with women who aren't interested in me because I'm not interested in me either. But yeah, Monster Prom's fun. I want to unlock more of it. I need to play some offline sessions just to try and unlock some more of the endings. And I'm interested to see how the other games go, although I don't think Vera's in the other ones. Because again, I know they change up the cast. Some of them are, so I'm pretty sure Road Trip, Holly, and Scott are in it. I know some of the characters you play as in Prom are romanceable in camp. I know what's-her-face, is it Amira or whatever, the Slayer character, I know she's romanceable in camp. But I don't know, I think I've talked about this before, like in RPGs, I've gotten really blech on in-game romances. Because, like, games like Fallout, a lot of... Oh, okay, this is interesting. Torn apart? What the fuck is torn apart? When your condition becomes critical, you... Drive preparation, yeah. Probably should have read a lot more of this. Route map, what the f... Torn apart. The remarkably strong explosions experienced in the part of the zone may shake parts from your car. I see. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Maddie, like, it feels a bit bolted on the side. The other problem I have with it is that, I think it's bolted on the side. The other problem I have with it is it often feels very, formulaic. Like, you hang out with this person long enough, they will give you a quest. They'll be like, adventurer, I need to talk to you for a moment. And then they'll talk to you, and then they'll be like, I have unfinished business in the city of these nuts. Well, shallow, but it also, again, it just feels like a reward quest. It feels like you do the quest line, and you want to do the quest line anyway because you want the reward, you want the gear. And then the reward at the end of it is, like, you get a cool hat, or like a cool sword, or like your companion gets a new outfit. And then also you get some like lovey-dovey dialogue, and depending on the vintage of the game, a certain level of either explicit or implied sexy time. So again, it just feels very formulaic, and it doesn't feel like an actual relationship. Like, if, especially because a lot of them, it feels very like, as soon as you finish their quest arc, they're like, adventurer, I can't hold back these feelings for you anymore, adventurer. If it was like, you had to do their quest arc first, and then, like, if you stayed with them long enough, you could romance them, maybe. But, because the one that I mentioned this before, the one that I think did a decent job of it, still not a great job, but a decent job of it, was, Greedfall. And Greedfall 2 is coming out at some point, although I think it's stuck in development hell. But one of the things they did was they were like, yeah, you can romance characters, but you have to pick the right dialogue options, and if they're like, adventurer, I want to talk to you, and you don't, then you miss it. And I actually did that. I missed a couple of romance options because I was like, not right now, character, and then they're like, cool, I'm just never going to mention it again. Cool, we got the juice. The juice is loose. Where the fuck am I? Okay. I need a healing. Cool. I used up a lot of power though. And let's sonar pingo. What are you? Oh. A blacksmith. Okay. So that's interesting. My shocks are gonna get a workout. Also, I swear I saw a corrupted power source in here somewhere. Oop. Okay, that's a resource. What are you? Olympium vein. Recommended to magnetic hammer. What are you? What are you? A ticking tumbler. I am learning so much about this deep zone. I am learning far more than I wanted to learn about this deep zone. Here's a question. How do I craft a magnetic hammer? Oh. Oh. Also, I should get some rad gear at some point. I don't have lead. That's the one I can't seem to find is lead. Here's a question. Magnetic hammer. Ah, that's right. I need to research it. Sure. Sure, let's just go back out in the spooky land for a minute. I completely lost my trail of thought. My trail of thought has been blasted from me by all of the weird shit out here. My capacity for logic and reason is severely degraded. What do you make? You make... I don't know. I've never figured out how to use those things. Why would you leave just a random locker up there? Oh yeah, romance quest. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. They always feel kind of tacked on. Yeah, by all means, Maddie. I always do this to you. You're always like, okay, Andor, I need to go and sleep, and then I say stuff, and Maddie sticks around to like give me useful information. And I'm always like, I always think to myself, no, Maddie was supposed to go sleep. What have I done? I value sleep very highly, so I feel bad when I deny someone else sleep. Oh shit, I left the car idling. It's probably taking up a bunch of my petrol. Whoop. See, maybe that's what I should change my raid message. I always do the whole like, hey raiders, if you need to like eat, sleep, by all means do so. I should change that. I should be like, if you need to eat and sleep, too bad. You're stuck here with me. I should do the what's his name meme, the Trent Reznor. You're here to have a good time. Well, that was the last guy. We're here to have a bad time. Brr. There's a car. Don't need a car. Let's go down here and get some. Oh. Let's get some. Oh, some. Oh. Some. Oop. Some steel sheet, some red balloon. Okay. Oh god, what is that? What is that? What is that? A corrupted anchor. Where did it come from? I mean, I'm not gonna refuse it, but where the fuck did it come from? Did I just drop my flare? Oh no, I didn't. Again, still desperately questioning where the fuck that came from. Oh man, I'm so loaded up. I got so much shit. Alright, let's go get some orbs. Orb time. Fuel's nominal, battery's okay. Oh, that is a blacksmith. Prepare for impact. Are we clear? I think we're good. Oh, ow. What are you? Oh, you're a magnetizer. You make magnets, I see. Ow. Oh, ow. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, there's orbs down here. We'll get the orbs. I gambled a bit too much on that one. Okay, what needs repairs? Rear panel, rear door, window. Okay. Limb shield, very good. What else? We want some patch kits. Patch kits. 1, 2, 3. I think that's enough. Ah, cool. It patches all of them. You need a patch. Actually, I don't care. Put that down there. Oof. I did it. I once again bonked myself with the door. I haven't done that in a while. Give me that orb. The corrupted orb. Twisted and evil. Oh, what the shit are you? Oh, shit. Come on, heal me, heal me, heal me. Ooh, sweet Jesus. Hang on. Be gone. Okay. Okay. Jump up. Med kit. Great. Hang behind me. Didn't even get to scan those explodey boys. Oh, that's another orb. Yes, give me all that corrupted energy. Give me the power of the darkness. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to powers that some consider to be unnatural. Have you ever heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I wouldn't have thought so. It's not the sort of story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Detach yourself from me, sir. Alright, repair time. the wheels doing? Wheels are doing okay. Yeah, I haven't watched The Acolyte yet. I've kind of, again, fallen off Star Wars a little bit since The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was good, but... Oh no. Oh no. Get off my car, please. Get off my car, get off my nuts. But yeah, I also kind of don't care about The Acolyte in that it's, like, pre-Republic stuff, and I'm kind of a bit eh. Like... I don't really care. It's the same with, like, KOTOR and stuff like that. Like, all of the old Republic stuff in Star Wars has always really bored me. Like, the Sith Wars stuff, I was just like, I really don't care. I don't know, because in Legends, I was always a Grey Jedi stan. I feel like the whole Grey Jedi concept was one that they really should have leaned into more and never did, which has always made me a bit sad. I thought they were maybe going to go for it with the sequel trilogy, but they didn't, which made me a little bit sad. Because that's one thing I would like to see more. I don't think they ever will, but I want to see more. Again, they did have it in Legends. They were the like non-Sith dark side users. Because the whole idea was that it's like the dark side is a place of emotions and like personal power. Like it's, you know, it's someone who uses the dark side for personal gain, but personal gain isn't necessarily villainous. You know, personal gain isn't necessarily like conquering the galaxy. Sometimes it can just be like, you know, kind of like Darth Plagueis, keeping your loved ones alive.
I don't know why I'm still surviving, still dodging the end. Maybe it's hope, maybe it's the thought of you. If I could just see you smile, we could at least recognize the beauty of this place together. I've been completely in awe since I've been here, and for so long now I just wanted someone to share it with. I guess I just wanted to tell you, if you have someone there with you, be present with them. Don't let anything distract. I guess I've realized now that it's gone that that's the meaning. If you're alone like I am, I'm thinking about you.
Thanks, question mark person. I'm not alone. I have chat here with me. But I'm sure chat appreciates that you love them. Isn't that right, chat? I appreciate the sentiment from this mystery woman on the radio. Hug your friends sometimes. Alright, let's go get that orb. I'm gonna have so much corrupted energy. I'm gonna get so much research done. I love science. I fucking love science. This is, in fact, how we conduct science. We go out into the field and we pick up orbs. And for every orb we get, we do a science. Whoop. That's a storm coming in. I'll have to say how quick it's coming in. We'll see how quick it's coming in, and then we'll go for a portal. Doesn't seem it's coming in too quick. We've got plenty of time. I think we can get to this next set of orbs. Pick those up. We can make a break for the portal and get the hell out of here. Skrrt. Orb. Thank you. Unstable orb. I'm actually just gonna grab a med kit. Very good. How we doing? Yeah, we got plenty of time. Great, 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 great. Alright, we're gonna get that other orb. You're gone, sticky man. Okay, grab the other orb, then we're gonna gas it. Okay, nice. Hop in the car. Let's get into a decent position. Oh. There's a lot of tourists here. Don't want to hit them. Okay. Pull the portal. Portal control, you have the ball. Womp, womp, womp. Cool. We are on track to the portal. Storm is closing in. We're about to get hit by the storm. It's fine. We got shielding. Yeah, let's avoid some of this upheaval. Alright, we're almost in. And we're back. That's a good run. We got a lot of shit. And there's going to be something back here waiting for us. Oppie's got a gift for us. Hooray! Boom. Saved. And only minimal repairs.
Fresh new upgrade waiting for you, driver. Straight out of the oven.
What's unhappy? Oh, one of my gas tanks is unhappy. Fresh upgrade. Straight out of the oven. Actually, it's probably... Hang on. Let me just... Headlights off, engine off. I need a healing. Trunk, pull the lever. Is it the gas tank that needs fixing, or is it the internal gas tank that needs fixing? Ah, you got a leak. Well, how fortunate that I have a sealing kit. Gas, gas, gas. I'm gonna fill up the gas. I love having a huge fuel tank now. It's amazing. Best feeling. Beep, beep, beep. You know the guy on the radio, the one talking about the trees. He's the key to all this. Interesting. I feel like I should be listening to the radio more to like find out more of this weird stuff to see if it's actually relevant, but what did we get? We got a new hood ornament, I think. Hang on. We have the bee. We have the castle. We have the fire tire, the pirate ship. I feel like this is the most appropriate one. Yeah, there we go. Look at my fire tire. And my wizard. My dashboard wizard. I love my wizard. That's right. What did I want? I wanted you. So I can put you in the crusher. Crush 'em. Roll the dice, don't think twice, and be crushed. Crush 'em. Fun fact, apparently Megadeth hate that song. They wrote it for the hockey league in the US, but apparently they personally are like, yeah, we hate that song. What are you? Mechanics kit, nice. It's just so much crap. Oh, that's a big dumpster pearl. Alright, pull the lever. Alright, time to unload all the things. I got so much stuff. So much stuff. Put them in the computer. Put them in the computer. Oh, nice. Overcharge arc
What do you
mod.
think, Francis?
It could work.
It will work. We don't know anything about the well, but the driver doesn't have to go in completely empty-handed.
You're removing the arc device's limiter and overloading its charge capacity.
Right. So no matter how much energy the car's getting blasted with, the arc will be able to overpower it to open a gateway. It's the only way to extract the driver from whatever's going to happen at the trigger point.
And then we use Allen's suppression technique to keep the whole thing from completely exploding.
Interesting.
This sounds like a lot.
It's what we've got. Driver, go on and install that arc device modification. We'll spin up the suppression system in the meantime.
Okay. Ooh.
Arc device mod's looking good. Now you can head out and overcharge it. We'll give you instructions when you're en route.
Alright, well, we'll try that in a little bit. In the meantime, what have I got? New tower, junction restabilizer. Junction scrambling it, okay. What is this? Junction bypass. Bypass junctions along highways. Expanded matter regenerator. Yeah, it's repair station. Need more marsh eggs. There's so many more marsh eggs. Fish tank. Eco vent. Okay, that's stuff I don't really care about. Advanced antenna. I don't have circuit boards and I don't have a limb magnet. Experimental charging station. Rapid refill. Parts locker, parts locker. Pneumatic locker. What are you? I want a pneumatic locker. Where's my... Make me a circuit board. Hibiscus Thriving, welcome in. How you doing? My name is Ando. We're playing Pacific Drive. Welcome in. I'm gonna upgrade... Ooh. I'm gonna upgrade the locker that I always use the most, which is probably gonna be this one. So... Let me just stick that on. Ooh. Oh, that's fancy. I like that. Oh, hell yes. That's so much storage. So much more room for activities. Give me all of that. Yes. I love storage space. It's very good and important. Where are we going? I had wanted to put that in the machine. So yeah, we've just finished a run. We've just gone out and done a bunch of scavenging and a bunch of storyline stuff. So we're at the phase where Ando has to like take everything out of the car and put it in storage and build stuff. So I'm probably going to be puttering around the garage and rambling for a while. Um, Parts lockers, pneumatic locker, advanced antenna. Need a limb magnet for that. Carbon glass, fabric, limb chip. Okay, let's get that, because that will probably be handy for stuff. Limb chip. Yes, let's go to limb chip. I have so much corrupted energy at the moment. Like, that replacement kit, thermal vacuum. Okay, electrician's kit, blowtorch. Well, blowtorch is just better. Let's get that. This is better. Ooh, boop loop. We got an achievement for that. Okay. Blowtorch is better. That one requires 1.4 advanced workbench. I don't have Olympium though for us, so I'll hold off that one for a minute. Plasma scrapper. I don't know if I need that one yet. Magnetic hammer. Yeah, we'll get that one because we're going to start needing that one. Cool. Carbureted engine, turbo light engine, limb chipped engine. 304 horsepower. This is really tempting. What do I need for it? I need whatever those cube things are. Headlight, reinforced headlight is tempting. Again, I don't have the materials for it yet. Insulated headlight. Flare gun, crude flashlight. Bioflare gun, biolantern. Bio headlight, roof floodlights. Auto tracking spotlight. Doors, get your doors. Alloyed bumper. Ah, okay, cool. That's interesting. Lead plated door, anti-corrosion door. Spare tires, all-terrain tire. Paddle tire. Let's go all-terrain. Oh. So I'm feeling like once I get the all-terrains going, I can get some even better mobility. Expansion racks, we got all those. Augmented trunk storage. Missing carbon fiberglass. See if we can get some more carbon fiberglass. Gas reservoir. Okay, it's on the roof. I don't have roof space for that. Leak resistant fuel tank. Tempting. Battery jumper, plasma charger, mini turbine, high capacity battery, leak resistant battery. I kind of want to build a lead acid battery anyway, but I don't know if I have enough lead for it. Might even just skip that and go high capacity. What do we got? Engines, we got scanners and cool shit. Ion shield. We do not have rules for. Yeah, I feel like there's so much stuff. I feel like I'm not as far through the game as I think I am. Did we clear out the roof rack? No, we didn't. Oh, there is so much shit in here. Oh, get in there, son. Nyum. I wish, like, again, so they've got like an auto repair station and other options. I wish there was an auto unload everything from the car option. I wish there was a thing where it's just like, as soon as you get back to base, it just unloads all of your loot. Just give this thing a tipper tray so I can just push the button and boop, just dumps everything out. Oh yes, we got a little dingle we can put on our car if we wanted to. So let's check. What have we got? What have we got for little dingly guys? Oh, I need this one. I love my guy, but I also I'm so salty. I need my salt. What else we got? We got stickers. Oh, the swag wagon. Yes, swag wagon is happening. Egan's mix. Wordy. No, I like Godzilla. We have Bateau or Money Wizard. I love Money Wizard. Shadow Wizard Money Gang. Potato Cup. Throttle shifter is better. We got the fire tire. We're getting salty. That's how I like it. Let me see my salty boy. Look at that. Salt. Oh, it's even got a little frowny face on it. That's phenomenal. Where's my swag wagon sticker? Is it on the back door? Yeah, swag wagon. Magnetic hammer. Need a limb magnet. Here's a question. How do I make a limb Oh. I need to... How do I make a limb magnet? Limb chip. Carbon fiberglass. Tree candy. See, that's what tree candy's for. I'm glad I have a lot of it. Blowtorch. Marsh eggs. Damn. All-terrain tires. Nice. 1, 2. Damn it. How many do I have? I'm out of rubber. Okay. Turns out these take a lot of rubber. Oh well. Into the parts locker they go till I can get more of them. Blowtorch, ceiling kits, steel panel, crude bumpers, tires, headlights, high capacity battery. I need a circuit board for that, but I got everything else I need for it. So what's the difference between it and lead acid? Okay, so it's 30, health 150, health 50, health 2. Okay, it's flat better. Great. There we go. Ah, bollocks. I thought you replaced my standard battery. But no, you don't. You go on the back seat, I think. Goes on the back seat. That's dumb. I feel like this is dumb from the game. I don't want to get too salty about it, but again, I feel like the battery should go in the battery slot, not in the back seat. Alright, well, I think what I might do, I might just... Unreliable, fix none. Well, I might just put you away. His more battery space has become more important. Oh, look at all that battery. We got so much battery. Alright, let's make some schmooze. Let's use some schmooze. Headlight needs some repairing. Back door. Everything else is more or less okay. Scanner. Oh, actually, I might do this door. I love that putty noise. Just the right level of unsettling. I got anything in these repair cabinets? I do. I don't really care about them though. Ah, I already had a limb pulse emitter. I thought I'd lost mine. I must have just had it in the repair cabinet. Okay. Have you got anything for me, dumpster? Ooh, rubber. Rubber. Was there something on the diagnostic station I can do as well? Auto parker, jump jacks, ion shields, mobile workbench, magnetic bumper, chronodilator. Anti-grav emitter, nitro boost. I think that'll need jump jacks. Whoops, it's not the one I wanted. Let me pick up the tube. I can research further down the tree now. Cool. Yeah, I'll grab that while I can. Yeet. What else have we got? Plasma scrapper. There was a thing somewhere that was like upgrade your diagnostics machine. Oh, that's right, it's in here, isn't it? Yeah, analysis module. Yeah, okay, I think I'll do a bit of that. Okay, battery. Is full. Wipers. Wobbles. Okay. Cool. Good guess. That was totally... I never would have gotten that. Sealing kit and electrician kit, apparently. Yeah, I never would have figured out that. Actually, speaking of wipers, how are they doing? They don't even seem to be working. Oh, does the car need to be on for the wipers? Okay, yes it does. How much carbon fiberglass can I make? Cool, I made a bunch of carbon fiberglass. Put that in storage. There's something that wanted that, wasn't it? It was... You wanted circuit board and limb magnet. You wanted plasma. You wanted circuit board and rubber. You wanted... Oh, that one's very tempting, the limb chipped ends. This is the battery one. This one's kind of tempting as well, just to try it out. I might not this time, but I might. I wanted carbon fiberglass something, but I can't remember what it was. The Lazarus device. Battery, XL roof battery, anchor energy converter. Ooh, that's nice. That was what I wanted. And I breathed in suddenly when I realized what it was, and proceeded to choke on my own self. Good job, Ando. Yeah, there we go. Ugh, why did it put all my fuel tanks all over the place? Why? Why? Okay, there we go. Ugh, my eye no worky. I'm kind of wondering, will I get another run in? Reach the barricade operating station. That's a good question. Find the barricade. Yes, we've been there to A5. Oh, we gotta go there. A 12-hour ride. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it there tonight. It's the best way to go is up here. Then to there. Yeah, I think I might call it there. I don't feel like I can get another run in. So I think we'll just finish up a little bit early. Bit of a shorter one, but that's okay. We achieved what we were setting out to achieve, which was to go and do things. So let us see who is on. Oh, that's me. Been me watching me. It's been spy versus spy. Whomst is on. There is a noodle box. There is a box odd. There is a freemium dude. Yeah, I think we'll go raid noodle. We haven't raided noodle in a while. Go, where are we? Noodle. Where is the noodle? Why? Oh, there he is. Couldn't find him in the list, but now I have. Haha. Anyway, so they're playing Spiritfarer, which I think I've seen them playing before, but I don't know anything about. So we'll go watch that. I'm gonna be back Thursday. Don't know what I'm doing. Maybe Bolt Gun, maybe Monhun. We'll find out. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. This has been Pacific Drive. It's been pretty chill. We've been pretty successful, which is good. So I'm gonna send you over to see Noodles. Thanks for hanging out. I know I've been a bit salty tonight, but that's just, I'm in a salty mood. I hope it hasn't been too egregious, because I like to try and keep things chill. But anyway, I'm gonna send you over to see the chicken. Right? 9 seconds, 8 seconds. I always forget there's a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, see you later. Bye.